get back with y'all. Check this out, man. Go ahead and handle your business, man. We're going to come back and check you, make sure everything's straight, and then we'll make the exchange.
I should have been good, man.
Y'all pray for Levi. Levi and Simeon, so he gave him a while. He gave him a couple of days. He go back over there. Levi, let's go check on Let's go check on these buses, man. Yo, what's up? Y'all get that straight, man? Yeah, we got it straight. No, I'm talking to y'all get it straight. Where are you guys? And call you guys out here, man. Hey, man, this one, drop the drawers, man, all of that.
Investigate.
Yeah, you got to check the evidence. Got to check the evidence. Okay. Check it out.
What about this buster right here, man? Come on now. Oh, man, we had a hard time with this, man. Y'all about messed this dude up, but nevertheless, man. Y'all ain't got no more cats around here we need to check out? No, man, this is all good. Okay, I tell you what, man. It's on. He goes back, because he been over here scheming with his brothers. Come on, Levi. He said, man, them ninjas ready, man. Let's go take these fools. They gonna catch him. Why they didn't got circumcised? If you ain't been circumcised when you was a baby, my friend, when we was growing up as a little boy, I ain't gonna say his name, he didn't get circumcised. So he got circumcised when he was a young, about 12. And so we went to see him, and he came through the door, and he was walking like this. I said, man, what's wrong with you? He said, can't touch nothing.
Can't touch this.
This is the way he was walking. He said, can't touch nothing, man. He couldn't even wear no underwear. So they catch them vulnerable. Levi and Simeon goes back, get the rest of them. They go and kill them. All of them while they vulnerable. They can't even fight. They can't lift no sword. They can't help themselves. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me? Can I tell you something? That's why you gotta be careful who you be around when you get circumcised. Can I tell you something? For those of you who've been circumcised, don't you forget that you've been circumcised, and while people going through the deliverance of circumcision, make sure you watch how you handle them while they do. Because God is doing a new thing. What is you saying, man? You lost me. I'm telling you that God is bringing another group of people in here. And Paul, in the New Testament, he said in the Old Testament, he said they got circumcised in their flesh. He said, but they still have to get circumcised, but it's in your heart and your ear. He said you have to be circumcised in your hearing and in your heart. Your heart's got to be purged, in your hearing got to be tuned. You got to be able to hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. Because what? God is doing a new thing.
Yes, He is.
If you didn't understand that there wasn't no more circumcision in the Old Testament scripture, and you was trying to be at home and have church by yourself,
Come on,
you get to that scripture. When Abraham circumcised himself, you might have a bit of a problem. Because you might be at the house wrapped up in bandages, trying to explain to somebody why you can't move forward because of ignorance. But God is doing
a new thing.
Yes, sir. Supernatural. I said God is doing a new thing.
Yes,
He's going to cut away all them old crazy desires, how you process it. Because some people are messed up because of the way they process it. Because when you've been hurt and wounded and rejected in a certain type of way, a person can say something one way and you hear it another way. So you got to get circumcised so your hearing will be right. Because without proper hearing, you can't even get saved. Because hearing is connected to salvation. Hearing is not only connected to salvation, hearing is connected to speaking. If you can't hear right, you can't speak right. But hear what I'm telling you, because this is profound. That's why some people are releasing things contrary to what God says and releasing doom and destruction of their life because they ain't hearing right.
Wow.
Some people are not adjusting to what God says because they deaf. They can't hear. And when you can't hear, you can't adjust properly.
That's right.
That's why Jesus, when he walked, he was opening deaf ears.
Yes.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
I ain't just talking about physically deaf. There are people who are spiritually deaf. Some people are deaf and can't hear. Some people can hear and don't understand.
That's good. That's good.
Isaiah said they dull in their hearing. He said they have ears, but they can't hear. Huh? Then Paul says, how can they hear without a preacher?
Come on. Order. That's good.
You can hear, but don't understand. And still be in just as bad a situation of one that can't hear. One of the most prolific and profound prophets in the Bible, Samuel, who never one word fell to the ground. He had to be trained to be able to understand what he heard.
That's good.
The Lord spoke to him, he ran to man. Sometimes God is pulling on you and you think it's man, but it's God. And so he runs to man. God is calling you into relationship and you run to a man to find you a girlfriend or boyfriend. There's a yearning for you to be loved and be connected, and you think it's a physical thing, but God is calling you into a spiritual thing. Nobody know what I'm telling you? And that void and that urge to be connected is not for flesh and blood. Are you listening to what I say?
Yes.
So Samuel, as a little child, he hears the voice of God. So when he hears it, he runs to man. Eli say, what's up? He said, you called me? Call you, man. Go to bed. The Lord calls him again. He runs to Eli, flesh and blood. You call me, man? He called you. He said, I know what's going on. He said, the Lord is calling you. So, listen to me, old order.
Come on, Apostle.
You're going to make or break some folks in this season.
Yeah.
You better hear what I said. God going to hold you accountable for it.
Yes, sir.
You better hear what I said. All these young people coming up in here, all these X this and ecstasies and XGs and XPs and XCs and XD, all these folk coming up in here, and if you ain't careful, your religiousness.
All right now. Yes.
That's
Because
real.
you ain't in no real relationship. Because when you're in a real relationship, you just gotta have a protecting rapport with people.
That's
But
right.
when you ain't used to be in a real relationship, you got this I don't give a damn mentality. Trick the man, man. It wasn't about nothing anyway. And you run through life severing relationships from man to man, woman to woman, church to church, marriage to marriage, job to job.
All right.
Lord Jesus.
And that's the thing that God want to circumcise you from. Because that's the thing that hinder you in your kingdom connection. Alert. All you single folks, you talking about you love him? Watch how he treat his mama.
Hey, teach now.
Watch how he treat relationships. Family. Don't nobody mess with my family, but watch how he mess with them.
Oh my God.
Don't nobody just my family. Watch how she mess with them.
Come on, Apostle.
Anybody who don't have respect for relationship, you might not want to be in a covenant relationship.
All right, that's it.
I ain't come to teach you. I ain't come to preach no message to you. I come down and walk down the corridors of your soul and let God use me to do something by His Spirit. God had to deliver me. I used to be a whore. I used to be a whore. I used to be a whore. Huh?
You used to be.
Levi. I used to be a whore, Levi. I swanked him.
Right.
But little did I know, I was developing an adversarial ingredient or attribute that was going to destroy major relationships.
Right.
I couldn't even be in a legitimate relationship with the Lord because I cheat on him.
That's good.
Tell me how much I love you, Lord. And I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. And may it be a sweet,
Come on, sweet sound.
Sweet sounds.
sweet sound in your ear.
Right up.
Oh, Lord.
Say it.
What happened to it?
All right.
Where does we sound?
Right.
Come on, girl. I think I love you. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. Baby. You and me, baby. ABC. He is wanted. Now talk to me. Hey, get up.
Right.
Trying to wreck something in your soul.
Right.
Because God's moving us into a profound place of relationship.
Yeah.
In order to be in that place, you got to have respect for it.
Right. Yes, that's right. It's about relationship.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes.
Huh? So he has to deliver me. Because it took me too long to let him deliver me, I took it to the church, Lord.
Took it to the church.
Because it sounded good when I was in the streets. It's like, oh, that's what street dudes do. I took it to the church. And got with the other Jesus freaks. Because there were some other ones in the church that had the same flow.
Come on
I
now.
no respect for relationships.
Right.
And it's interesting how no matter what condition you in, you always seem to hook up with other people in the ministry with a spirit just like yours.
Right.
Can I tell you something? God is doing a new thing. Huh? It's going to cost you something. It's going to require something. You have to let go of something. If you get a new pair of shoes, they're going to be uncomfortable.
That's right. You gotta break them in.
You got to break them in. It's going to be uncomfortable until they get broke in. The only way they get broke in is because you got to spend time, you got to walk in them. Some people don't want to break them in. They give them to somebody else. Girl, what did you break these in for me?
Come
I'm
on.
going to tell you something. Ain't nobody going to be able to work this one. Ain't nobody going to be able to establish this one for you. You have to get on your face with God. You have to present your own body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God for the manifestation of what God is doing in this hour. You listening to me?
Yes.
I'm almost done. I told you it's going to be the tale of two cities. It's going to be the best of times for some and the worst of times for others. Or sometimes it's going to be the best of time and the worst of time all at the same
All
time.
at the same time.
God is doing such a new thing that if you are not tuned in, you would call the devil God and God the devil. Me and my wife, I've been declaring this, and my wife been fasting, I've been fasting, and me and my wife had a clash and some stuff that was going on. And I'm praying. Because I don't really know what's going on. I said, Lord, I don't really know what. I stopped speculating, and the Lord told me this. He said, son, I told you I was doing a new thing. And he said, what you think is the enemy is me. He said, I'm challenging you and your wife, and I'm provoking you and your wife to shift to another place.
Amen.
Of communicating, of consideration. Y'all gonna help me here.
Amen.
He said, I'm challenging y'all to shift. He said, you got your perception and she got yours. She said, but he told me, he said, but it don't make no difference what y'all think.
Come on.
All right.
He said, I want y'all to please me. He said, I done gave her the prophecy and gave you the prophecy. And Louis, you know I don't do nothing without preparation. And he said, this is part of the process for your preparation.
All right.
I'm talking, it's been intense. It's been chaotic. It's been crazy. It's like, my God, what in the world is going on? I'm talking about a dilemma that after 19 years of a girl that I know I love and wouldn't trade in for nothing. For the most part. Huh?